What's up? I'm back. Welcome back to church. Just wanted to talk a little bit today. You may notice my audio's not as good. I'm not using my microphone today, but hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if it's a big problem, but should be alright. I wanted to talk today about authority and responsibility and how a lot of times, let me back up, you can't have responsibility without authority because you're not going to be able to accomplish the responsibility, whatever it is you're responsible for, without having the authority to do so. And you get a lot of people nowadays who will try to give you the responsibility for something without giving you the authority. You can typically tell this because the way that you can usually tell is because they're nagging you. If someone's nagging you about something, they still have the authority because they're telling you what to do, but they're not really giving you the authority to carry it out. They want you to do it how they want you to do it. Now, there's some caveats to this. The first and most obvious one, and what makes this, I think, the most difficult thing to learn, is children. When you're a child, your parents have all of the authority and they have all of the responsibility, and hopefully if you have good parents, they delegate some of that responsibility to you and try to teach you and give you enough authority to accomplish it over time. Ultimately, all of the responsibility really lies on them, but they can give you a measure of responsibility and authority, and hopefully they do a good job of teaching you that. But it's difficult, and it's a way that you're not used to. It's a transition that you have to make. And again, if your parents are really good at training you that's awesome. You will probably do very well for yourself. But it is hard. And especially during the teen years, I remember fighting with my mom all the time because she would give me chores and then tell me exactly how she'd want to do it. And she'd also give me a list of stuff, and I hate having like a long list because I forget. Like, I just one thing at a time. Give me one thing. I'm a very one-track mind person, and that is not my mom. So we would always fight about that, and I'd always be like, again, this is my teenage years, so like, for one, I'm really trying to individuate myself from my parents or becoming my own person. So I'm getting very independent, and my mom's trying to delegate tasks to me, but also teach me how to do them. And I'm like, no, you can't, what did I used to say to her all the time? You can't tell me what to do and how to do it. It's one or the other. Really, that's not even true, because if you tell me what to do and I don't know how to do it, then you gotta teach me. But anyway, but yeah, so that was like a scenario in my life with my mom where I was trying to like learn and get away from or trying to exercise my own authority. And the teenage years are going to be tricky, like trying to teach, if you have a kid or if you are someone's kid, which I think that covers all of us. The teenage years especially are tricky because you're really trying to figure out and learn where your authority starts and ends. But let's go back to where we run into problems, I think, as adults, and that is we oftentimes find people who will want us to do what they want. And I know a lot of people, as my dad says, well, they'll run your life if you let them. And that's totally true. There's a lot of people I have in my life that would totally run my life if I let them. I'm not going to name names. Y'all know who you are. No, you don't. You don't know who you are. Problem. But one of the things, a really good example of this is in relationships in particular, when one person wants the house a specific way, and the other person just doesn't want to do it, or they don't care. And one is nagging the other to get that stuff done, like whatever it is, taking out the trash, or really it'd be more something like decorate, push these shelves together, blah, 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 blah. If that person is nagging you to do it, then you don't have the authority in that situation. If they're constantly trying to get you to do it, I mean, it's fine to offer and stuff, but honestly, if somebody wants it done that bad, they can do it themselves. Anyhow, I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought because I had one other place that I wanted to go. Let me give you, actually, let me talk about a really good example of this is getting a little bit off on a tangent, but I like watches. And I really want a Breitling Navitimer Cosmonaut. It was built or made back in the 60s during the space race for astronauts or cosmonauts who needed a 24-hour dial, and it has a 24-hour dial. It's the only watch I know of that has a 24-hour dial instead of a 12-hour dial. Super cool mechanical watch. You got to wind it up and stuff. Imagine if I bought that watch, and they're like, obviously they're all used. They don't make them anymore. I bought it for a used one in decent condition. It's about $3,200. For the nicer ones with like rose gold and stuff, you're talking $5,000, $7,000. The really, really like rare ones are going to be like $18,000. So imagine me spending all of that money on one of those watches, which I do really want, and maybe one day I'll have. And then I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take all the insides out of this thing and I'm going to turn it into a smartwatch, and I'll put a sensor in it so it can check my heartbeat, and I want to get my emails on it. It's not the purpose of that watch. It's wasteful and useless for me to buy that watch, that very, very expensive watch, and then try to get it to do something that it wasn't designed to do. And it's the same thing in a relationship, especially when you start in a romantic relationship, when you start dating somebody and you choose to be in an exclusive relationship with them, and then you continue to nag them to become somebody different. Like, why don't you do X? Say, for instance, why won't you clean the house more often so we can have guests over? Well, maybe they don't want to have guests over. Maybe they want to live like that because I really want to relax and I don't care that the house is messy. It's not my problem if the house is messy. Now, this is definitely not me because I don't like a messy house, and I clean my freaking house. And I do my dishes, and I wash my laundry, and I like to cook. But let's say that I didn't. I don't even want to say borderline. It is abuse to try to make somebody into something that they're not after you've already committed to them. You can't expect somebody who has a priority of, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to clean the house constantly. I don't mind if it's messy. There's nothing immoral about having a messy house. If you like the house clean, clean it up. If you don't like it clean, then who cares? Leave it. Especially if they have enough money to pay someone else to clean the house, then you just get a cleaner. No big deal. Anyhow, that's really about all I have on that. It's I know I kind of rambled a little bit. I really want to put out some more of these videos. I've got a little bit of a sense of urgency because I'm noticing some people that I really respect a lot that are starting to drop off. Found out Dalrock, which is one of my favorite bloggers, decided to stop blogging, and he's gonna, I don't know if he's gonna shut down or take down his blog, but he hasn't said, I guess, and I haven't gone to look, so I don't know. I really just heard this yesterday, but he's a person that has influenced my thinking quite a bit, especially in the religious sphere, and I feel like I've got a lot of knowledge in having grown up Assemblies of God, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I'm starting to feel a sense of urgency to start to get more things out there. Content is king right now in the world, and so I'd like to get a lot of content out there. And honestly, at this point, I'm still not that concerned about trying to promote my stuff. I really want to just get better at doing it. So right now, that's what I'm doing, is I'm just trying to make as much as I can, put it out there, and as I start to grow and get better and better content, I'll probably refine it more, probably edit it, maybe get like a little intro to my videos. I don't know that I'll ever monetize. I may not. I have good reasons for both, I guess, or I can see good reasons for either or. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan for right now, is just to make as much as I can and get it out there. And if you like it, awesome. Comment, tell me what you think, blah blah blah. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you much.